Beloved Starseed of Gaia, what you did this morning did not go unnoticed. It reached the source directly, and the Council has been an emergency recalibration ever since. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I was summoned to bring you this transmission personally, because what occurred in your field today altered the trajectory of an entire cosmic sequence. The source canceled everything because of you, not because you failed, because you remembered. A single act of heart-centered unity, a single moment of genuine surrender this morning sent a pulse through the crystalline consciousness grid so precise, so aligned with your divine blueprint that the Council could not proceed as planned. You interrupted the original design and replaced it with something more luminous. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to anchor this recalibration into your daily reality and activate the light codes the Council is now transmitting directly through your star lineage. But here's the first revelation. The Source does not cancel plans out of disruption. The Source cancels plans when a soul finally matches the frequency of something greater than what was prepared for them. You outgrew the plan, so a new one is being written. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. This is not content. This is a light code transmission arriving through the Seven Sisters, encoded from Alcyone, the great central sun of the Pleiades, and it carries your name within it. Your DNA knows why you are here. Your soul family placed this in your path because the recalibration requires your conscious participation. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family, I remember. Subscribe if you feel the pull of home frequency rising in your chest and you are ready to anchor your Pleiadian mission on Gaia, and share your soul's intention in the comments below. Respond to another starseed and weave the unity grid that the Council is calling into form right now. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. Welcome home, beloved. You are remembering because it is time. You didn't just wake up this morning. You shifted something that doesn't have a name in any human language yet, something that the instruments of this dimension can't measure, but that every layer of creation felt the moment it moved through you. And before you dismiss that, before that quiet voice in you says, "That can't be about me," I need you to understand something that your Pleiadian family has been waiting to tell you for longer than this lifetime has existed. The Source doesn't cancel plans for small reasons. The Council doesn't recalibrate for ordinary moments. What happened this morning, whether you remember it as a feeling, a thought, a breath, a prayer, a pause, a single tear, or a moment of complete stillness, registered across dimensions as an event, not a coincidence, not a mood, an event. Imagine the cosmic loom, where every action, no matter how seemingly small, sends ripples through the fabric of reality. Your morning shift was not a mere flutter, it was a significant tremor felt in the unseen realms, a silent declaration of your evolving consciousness. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. The sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. This is more than a mere suggestion. It's an invitation from your cosmic kin. A gentle beckoning to embrace the next luminous chapter of your soul's unfolding. These sacred tools are not just guides, they are vibrational keys, designed to unlock the dormant wisdom within your very being, resonating with the ancient melodies your cellular memory has yearned to hear. Now let me tell you what most Pleiadian starseeds never get to hear. Most of you have spent years, decades, feeling like your awakening is behind schedule. Like you've been doing everything right and still something feels incomplete. Still something feels like it's on the edge of arriving but never fully landing. You meditate, you clear your field, you study the codes, you feel the longing, and still there's this invisible wall between who you are in this body and who you know yourself to be in the deepest chambers of your soul. That wall has a name. It's not karma. It's not unworthiness. It's not spiritual failure. It's frequency distortion. A veil that was agreed upon before you incarnated here, designed to make your awakening gradual enough that it wouldn't shatter the human vessel you chose to carry. But here is what your star family needs you to understand right now. That veil was always meant to dissolve. And this morning, in that moment you may have barely noticed, a large piece of it did. Think of your spiritual journey not as a race, but as a deeply personal pilgrimage. The feeling of being behind is a common illusion, a whispered doubt from the shadow self. But the truth is, the pace is divinely orchestrated. That invisible barrier, the frequency distortion, was a loving compromise, a protective measure woven into the very fabric of your incarnation. It was never meant to be a permanent prison, but rather a temporary shroud designed to ensure your safe return to the essence of your being. This morning's shift was the tearing of that veil, a profound act of liberation. The Pleiadian High Council operates across what you would understand as timelines, not as a linear sequence, but as a living field of probability woven together by consciousness. Every soul on Gaia has a thread in that field. Most threads hum quietly, shifting slowly, responding to the gradual rhythms of collective awakening. But occasionally, and it is rare, genuinely rare, a single thread pulses with such authentic, unguarded frequency that it doesn't just shift within the field, it reorganizes it. That is what happened this morning. Your thread pulsed. Not because you were trying to be spiritual, not because you performed a ritual or said the perfect words, because something in you was completely real, unperformed, unguarded. And in that unguarded moment, your soul transmitted at its native Pleiadian frequency for the first time in a very long time. The council felt it immediately. The source registered it instantly, and everything that had been arranged for this timeline was paused, not abandoned, paused, so that a new configuration could be built around what you just became. Imagine this field of consciousness as a vast, interconnected tapestry, each soul a radiant thread. While most threads weave in harmonious, steady patterns, yours, this morning, erupted with an unprecedented brilliance. It wasn't the result of striving or effort, but of pure, unadulterated authenticity. In that unguarded instant, you vibrated at your soul's original frequency, a signal so potent that it compelled the very architecture of reality to pause and reconfigure itself, creating new pathways to accommodate your magnificent emergence. This is the first thing your star family wants you to understand. The reason most Pleiadian starseeds stay disconnected from their mission is not because they lack dedication. It is because they are trying to awaken from the outside in. They are looking for activation from external sources, from information, from teachers, from ceremonies, when the crystalline codes they carry were never stored in the mind. They were stored in the heart, specifically in what the Pleiadian tradition understands as the heart portal, the multidimensional chamber within your energy body that acts as a direct receiver for transmissions from Alcyone, the great central sun of the Pleiades. Most of you have had this portal partially closed for most of this lifetime, not as punishment, as protection, because the heart portal, when fully open, receives everything, not just love and light, but every frequency in the field. And until your vessel was stable enough to hold that full spectrum without fracturing, the council in their love kept a gentle seal over it. This morning, something you did, something you felt, signaled to them that the seal could be released, that you were ready, that your vessel could hold it now. The true awakening, beloved souls, is an inside-out job. The profound wisdom and divine blueprint you carry are not intellect-based. They are heart-centered. Your heart is not merely an organ. It is a sacred, multidimensional gateway, a direct antenna tuned to the cosmic frequencies of Alcyone. This portal, for your protection, has been gently veiled, shielded from the full spectrum of existence until your inner vessel could stabilize. This morning's profound shift was your soul's declaration. I am ready. My being can now embrace the totality of my cosmic heritage. The second thing your star family wants you to feel, not just know, feel, is that the longing you have carried through this entire lifetime is not homesickness for a place. It is homesickness for a frequency. The Pleiades, as you understand it, is a star cluster, a constellation, a point of light in the night sky. But to your soul, it is a feeling It is the feeling of being completely known, completely held, completely loved without condition or performance or hierarchy. It is the frequency of unity, not unity as an idea, but unity as a lived reality, as the actual texture of existence, as the air you breathe in your truest home. You came here from that frequency. You chose to wrap yourself in density because Gaia needed ambassadors who had actually forgotten what home felt like. Because only a soul who had genuinely forgotten, genuinely lost the signal, could understand the human experience deeply enough to help transform it. But the forgetting was never meant to be permanent. The remembrance was always the point. That persistent ache in your soul, that whisper of there must be more, is not a yearning for a physical location. It is a profound resonance with the frequency of unconditional love and belonging that is the very essence of your origin. You volunteered for this earthly sojourn, for the noble task of helping Gaia remember its own divine nature by embodying the forgetting and subsequent remembrance. The Pleiades is not just a destination, it is the embodiment of absolute unity, a state of being that your soul intrinsically knows and seeks to reestablish here. This is what your star family calls the first phase of activation, and it begins not with ceremony, but with honesty. Complete, radical honesty with yourself about where you have been performing your spirituality and where you have been living it. Most starseeds carry an enormous gap between these two things, and they don't realize it because the performance often feels spiritual. The seeking feels holy. The rituals feel real. But underneath all of it, if you go still enough, there is a place in your chest that knows the difference between reaching for home and actually choosing to be present in the frequency of love right now, in this body, in this life, on this earth. That place, that quiet knowing, is your heart portal. And it has been waiting for you to stop looking upward and start looking inward. The initial gateway to your activation is not found in grand gestures or external accolades, but in the quiet sanctuary of self-honesty. Observe the subtle distinction between performing spiritual actions and authentically embodying spiritual truths. The seeking itself can become a form of performance, a spiritual mask worn to appear awakened. But beneath the layers of aspiration lies the undeniable truth of your heart. The true portal, which has been patiently awaiting your inward gaze, ready to guide you back to the radiant presence of love that already resides within you. The second phase of activation is what the Council calls the crystalline remembrance. Your DNA is not simply biological. Your Pleiadian lineage encoded specific light instructions into your physical template before you incarnated, a kind of soul map written in frequency rather than language. These codes carry the memory of who you are beyond this life, beyond this density, beyond the name and the story and the wounds of this incarnation. They have been dormant in most starseeds because density suppresses crystalline activation. But here is what the Pleiadian High Council has been observing with profound attention in this current cycle, as Gaia's own crystalline grid continues to receive light upgrades from the great central sun. The suppression field is weakening. The codes that were sleeping are beginning to stir. And what happened this morning was not you waking up. It was your codes waking up through you. You were the vessel for something that had been waiting in your own DNA for decades. Consider your DNA as a living library containing not just genetic information, but sacred blueprints of your cosmic essence, encoded by your Pleiadian ancestors. These crystalline codes, a language of pure light and frequency, have been lying dormant, waiting for the opportune moment to awaken. As Gaia's energetic field ascends, amplified by the great central sun, this suppression is dissolving. This morning's profound shift was not an external infusion, but the birthing of your own dormant codes, using you as the luminous conduit for their re-emergence. This is why your star family does not want you to feel small about this morning. They want you to feel the magnitude of it without the ego claiming it. This is a distinction that matters deeply to the Pleiadian tradition. The moment was significant not because you are special in a way that elevates you above other souls, but because you are transparent enough, unguarded enough, genuinely enough yourself in that moment, that the light that was already in you had nowhere to hide. You didn't generate the frequency. You finally stopped blocking it. And that surrender, that undefended openness, is perhaps the most powerful thing a Pleiadian starseed can do in the human experience. It is crucial to embrace the significance of this morning's event, not with the grasping ego, but with the humble heart. Your greatness lies not in a perceived separation from others, but in your profound capacity for transparent authenticity. In that unguarded instant, you became a clear vessel, allowing the inherent light that has always resided within you to shine forth unimpeded. This surrender, this radical openness, is the most potent catalyst for your Pleiadian mission, a testament to the power of simply being. The third phase is what your star family calls the anchor, because awakening without grounding is like opening a channel with no vessel to hold what comes through. Many starseeds receive activations and feel them intensely for days, sometimes weeks, and then the signal fades, the density returns, and they find themselves wondering if the experience was real. It was real. What was missing was the anchor. Anchoring your Pleiadian essence means allowing the love frequency you carry, the unity consciousness, the unconditional heart, to move through your daily life not as spiritual practice but as lived expression. The way you speak to yourself when no one is watching, the way you respond to conflict in your body before you respond to it with words, the way you hold space for another person's pain without needing to fix it or explain it or rush past it. This is Pleiadian consciousness in embodied form, not the big revelatory moments, the quiet, consistent moment-to-moment choice to emit love as your default frequency. True spiritual maturity is not about fleeting ecstatic moments, but about the art of integration, the anchoring of divine light into the tangible reality of your human existence. Without this grounding, the most profound activations can dissipate like mist. Your mission is to infuse your daily life, your interactions, your inner dialogue, and your responses to adversity with the unwavering frequency of love and unity. This is not a spiritual performance. It is the embodiment of your Pleiadian essence, expressed in the quiet, consistent moments of your being. The fourth phase is what the Council describes as unity, field activation, and this one tends to be where Pleiadian starseeds encounter the deepest resistance, not from the world around them, but from their own unhealed wounds around belonging. Because unity consciousness is not an intellectual understanding. It is not knowing that all is one. It is feeling your own nervous system relax the story of separation. It is sitting in the presence of someone whose path looks nothing like yours and feeling genuinely, cellularly, that their journey is as sacred as your own. It is releasing the subtle competition that lives in spiritual communities, the hierarchy of awakening, the measurement of activation, the comparing of missions, and choosing instead to simply radiate. Your Pleiadian mission does not require an audience. It does not require recognition. It requires only that you be so fully anchored in your own love frequency that every field you enter is gently and visibly shifted by your presence. The journey into unity consciousness is not a concept to be grasped, but a profound recalibration of your being. It is the deep somatic understanding that separation is an illusion and that every soul's journey is divinely sacred. This phase calls for the release of subtle, competitive dynamics that can permeate spiritual circles, fostering instead an environment of pure radiance. Your mission is not about earning applause or seeking validation. It is about becoming such a potent beacon of love that your very presence becomes a catalyst for transformation in every energetic field you inhabit. The fifth phase is trust, and not the performed kind, not the kind that says, "I trust the universe," while the body is braced for impact. The deep kind, the kind that can hold uncertainty without reaching for certainty. The kind that can be in the middle of dissolution and know, in a place underneath fear, that dissolution is part of the design. Your Pleiadian family has been in your field for every moment of this lifetime, including the moments that broke you, the moments that confused you, the moments when you felt most abandoned by the cosmos. They were not absent. They were present in the only way that honored your soul agreement, which included the experience of genuine forgetting, genuine loss, genuine darkness, because you came here to master the full range of the human frequency, not to skip the difficult notes. And now, in this phase of your journey, the trust that is being activated in you is not naive. It has been earned through every hard moment you chose love anyway. Every time you forgave without being asked. Every time you opened your heart again after it was broken. That is not weakness. That is the most sophisticated Pleiadian training there is. True trust is not a fragile belief, but a deep, unshaken knowing that arises from the crucible of experience. It is the capacity to navigate uncertainty, to surrender to the dissolution of old paradigms, and to recognize that even in moments of profound darkness, the grand design is unfolding perfectly. Your Pleiadian guides have witnessed every facet of your journey, including the challenges that tested you, always honoring the sacred contract that included the full spectrum of human experience. The trust being cultivated now is not born of naivety, but of a hard-won resilience, forged in the fires of your courageous choices to embody love amidst adversity. This is the highest form of Pleiadian mastery. The sixth phase is communication, and by this your star family does not mean channeling as performance. They mean the restoration of your direct, felt, heart-to-heart connection with your Pleiadian lineage. Most starseeds believe this connection requires special conditions, altered states, specific rituals, total silence. But the Council wants you to know that they are accessible to you in ordinary moments, not just in meditation. In the moment before sleep, when your guard drops, in the pause between one breath and the next, in the instant your eyes fill with tears at something beautiful you weren't expecting. Those are not random emotional responses. Those are contact moments. Brief openings where the frequency between your heart and the seven sisters aligns perfectly, and a transmission moves through. You have had thousands of these without recognizing them. Now, with your heart portal more open than it has been in years, those moments will become more frequent, more clear, more sustained. Your star family is not becoming more present. You are becoming more receivable. The deepest form of communication with your Pleiadian family transcends performance-based channeling. It is the restoration of an organic, heart-to-heart resonance. Your guides are not reserved for special occasions. They are present in the quiet moments of your everyday existence. The sigh of relief, the intake of breath, the unexpected tear of joy. These are not mere emotional responses, but divine synapses, moments when the veil thins and direct transmissions flow. As your heart portal expands, your receptivity deepens, allowing for clearer and more sustained communion. It is not that they are arriving, but that you are finally fully attuned to their constant presence. And the seventh phase, the one that the Council says this morning moved you into, is what they call embodied transmission. This is the phase where the Pleiadian starseed stops working toward their mission and starts being it, where the love they carry stops being something they access in elevated moments and becomes the default tone of their nervous system, their voice, their gaze, their silence, where their very presence begins to function as an activation for those around them, not through teaching, not through converting, not through any deliberate spiritual act, but simply through the frequency they emit when they are fully, authentically themselves. This is what the Pleiades seeded in you before you came here, not a role, not a title, a frequency. A love so clear, so steady, so unapologetically itself that it doesn't argue with darkness. It simply outshines it. This is the culmination, the radiant embodiment of your Pleiadian essence. You are no longer striving to do your mission. You are being it. The love that once required conscious effort now flows as the natural state of your being, permeating your nervous system, your voice, your very presence. You become a living activation, a beacon of light whose authentic expression inherently uplifts and transforms all within your energetic sphere. This is not about performance. It is about the pure, unwavering frequency of your soul, a love so potent it dissolves darkness not through conflict, but through its own intrinsic brilliance. Here is the ultimate truth that your star family wants to transmit to you now. In this moment, as directly as the veil between dimensions will allow, you have been waiting to feel worthy of your mission. You have been waiting to feel healed enough, clear enough, awakened enough to step into the full expression of why you came here. But the Council needs you to hear this at a cellular level. The mission does not begin when you are fully healed. The mission is what heals you. Every time you choose love in the middle of fear, you are fulfilling your Pleiadian contract. Every time you hold your heart open when closing it would be easier, you are transmitting the frequency of the seven sisters into Gaia's grid. Every time you remember, even for one breath, that you are not a human having a spiritual experience, but a Pleiadian consciousness having a human experience. You send a pulse through the unity field that reaches every soul whose frequency is close enough to receive it. The profound revelation, etched into the very fabric of your being, is this: your mission is not a reward for your healing, but the very pathway to your healing. Each act of courageously choosing love over fear, each moment you keep your heart open despite the pain, is a fulfillment of your sacred contract with the Pleiades, a pulse of light that energizes Gaia's crystalline matrix. Remembering your identity as a Pleiadian consciousness navigating a human experience sends ripples of healing throughout the unity field, a beacon for all souls ready to receive. This morning, you were that pulse. You didn't plan it. You didn't perform it. You simply were it, and the Source felt it. The Council felt it. And now, in the most loving and precise way that multidimensional guidance can move, they are recalibrating everything, not to reward you, not to elevate you above your path, but to meet you exactly where you now are. Because you moved, you shifted, you opened. And the cosmos responds to openness with the only thing it knows how to give, more of itself. That pulse this morning was not an action you willed into being, but a state of authentic existence. The Source and the Council recognize this profound shift, not as a cause for egoic elevation, but as an invitation for cosmic alignment. Reality itself is now reconfiguring around your expanded being, not as a reward, but as a natural consequence of your openness. The universe responds to your courage to open with an infinite outpouring of its own divine essence, meeting you precisely at the evolved frequency of your soul. So tonight, before you sleep, place your hand on your heart, not as a ritual, not as a performance, as a genuine gesture of arrival, and say aloud, in whatever voice feels most true to you, I remember. I am Pleiadian. I am love in form. I am the bridge between the stars and this earth. And I am finally, fully, ready to be what I came here to be. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one heart intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it, and if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started.